What is up, world? Welcome back. Charge the Game podcast. And the WNBA players, aka the WNBPA, the whole commission, they decided to have a little meeting with officials. And needless to say, guys, they're making little to no progress, right? As this story continues to unfold, we already know that they already have threatened to hold a lockout, which wouldn't bode well in their favor. And honestly, guys, if this happened, I don't even think that the WNBA would recover, guys. They're already a little to nothing league, and obviously their best player is down right now. I don't know what's going on, what's happening in the way that these women think, but they are clearly, guys, constantly living in a state of delusion. As reports have come out, guys, the WNBA union makes little progress on CBA at All-Star meeting. Over 40 players showed up apparently for labor negotiations with league in Indianapolis. Go figure. Indianapolis, where Caitlin Clark is injured, where most owners are probably looking at what's about to happen to these ratings, being that Caitlin Clark is out. It's like these women don't understand, man. Like, there is nothing to happen if Caitlin Clark isn't in the upright position. Why would these owners give in to their demands when there's only one golden goose in the WNBA right now? Don't get me wrong. You have a few that are a draw. Angel Reese will give that to you. Nephisia Collar will give that to you, even though it is a conflict of interest. And this goes to show you how these women get away with murder. There is no way, guys, you could tell me, seriously, Nephisia Collar, who is the CEO, the owner of the Unrivaled League, there is no way that you can tell me if this was, Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook or Jaylen Brown, right? Jaylen Brown, who is the president of the NBA Players Association, right? If Jaylen Brown was to have a league of his own, do you seriously think that he would be in the position he's in the NBPA? No, I don't even think that he would be in the league, guys, because he would definitely get blackballed. I'm just going to be honest with you. But hey, this is a WNBA where Kathy Engelberg doesn't have a fucking grip on, Caitlin Clark. So what would I expect from her, right? But anyway, guys, these players have made little to no progress. Apparently, they all view themselves as Caitlin Clark. They all view themselves as, an Asia Wilson, who does have a little bit of clout. Sabrina, Nephisia, there are some out there, but by any means necessary are they nowhere near Caitlin Clark. It says here, guys, as players trickled out of the downtown Indianapolis hotel where the Women's National Basketball Players Association and WNBA met for the first time in person since December, their tone was not celebratory. It wasn't overly negative either, but there was an undeniable sense that the meeting, which lasted a couple of hours and produced the largest in-person player turnout in union history, did not yield strong results. The most pressing issue the players wanted to address directly with league officials, including Commissioner Kathy Engelberg, was how the league would share its revenue with players. I want you guys to think about this. They said that this is the hugest gathering of WNBA players in WNBA history. Why is it all of a sudden that all of these players care? I'll give you two reasons. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has put out the blueprint, literally, naturally, on how to be a successful WNBA player. So what's happening is everybody wants a piece of the pie now. It's literally these women clawing at one another to get where Caitlin Clark is. So now all of a sudden, the players union is this interested? What happened all of the previous years where it wasn't a turnout like this? No one was breaking their neck during WNBA All-Star to go meet with WNBA officials. No one was doing that. But all of a sudden, everybody has a peak interest, right? They want to meet up to talk about the revenue, because we all know that this shit is about money. These women, deservingly so, definitely need a pay increase. I will not lie about that. But you got 40 players who are under the assumption that they have the same clout as Caitlin Clark. Some of these players don't even have the same clout as Angel Reese. I'm sure Angel Reese was somewhere in that room because she's overly money hungry. All she talks about is money. But you have some players who don't even have that type of clout. And to be honest, even if you have the type of clout that Angel Reese has and not the skill set to follow it, who's going to, your home crowd isn't packing out the stadiums for you. None of these 40 players in this union have what Caitlin Clark have when it comes to packing out arenas being moved. You guys don't have that. Merchandise sales. You guys aren't even doing that to your own freaking teams in your hometown where you guys play. So why are you guys arguing like these WNBA officials owe you something? Don't you think that they want to see their return on investments before all of this happens, before they ink a contract to the CBA? They've been watching this league for the last 20 plus years cost them millions. Millions. You got NBA owners donating millions and millions and millions of dollars. This league is built off the back of men, and they aren't seeing any return on investment. The only person that's returning any investment is Caitlin Clark. It's just the truth. And you women are showing up, beating your chest. Nafisia Caller, which I'm sorry, like, shouldn't you be just fine and dandy with the unrivaled league? Why the fuck are you in these meetings? How are you a vice president when you're clearly trying to start something to rival the WNBA? It's baffling that no one is stepping in to say a damn thing about this. They're leaving it up to the content creators like myself to address this. I would love to know what job you can work where you can literally work with your rivals and still have a job. It doesn't work like that, but for some reason in the WNBA, anything goes. It's like the bad are rewarded and the good are punished. Caitlin Clark knocked on the ass. Officiating is terrible. They act like they don't see her. Injured. The golden goose, by the way. But the bad behavior, the women that accuse Caitlin Clark fans of being racist, push her, say things like effing white girl, Angel Reese, crazy bitch, right? That's what she told Caitlin Clark. They're rewarded. Now, in what world does that make sense? In what world is this good for business? It gets deeper, guys, as this one is kind of funny here. It says progress was not the word used by WNBPA Executive Director Terry Carmichael Jackson, but she said the two sides had spirited conversations. Yeah, please. Those owners were probably like, let's just feed them word soup. Let's just give them something. Let's give them high hopes to hold on to the next meeting, because we're trying to focus on the WNBA All-Star Game, guys. But we'll give you guys a little bit of our time. We'll stick around for a few hours. We'll have some Dunkin' Donuts and coffee refreshments in the back, just to let you guys know that we're taking you seriously. Not really. They aren't. One player leaving the hotel categorized the meeting as bullshit, while another shrugged indifferently when asked how things went. Some declined to comment altogether, including Union President Anika Ogumwike, who said she had to make it to the WNBA's orange carpet when asked about the meeting by a small group of reporters. A union spokesperson said players were not advised not to speak to the media following today's meeting. It sounds like a bunch of women got together thinking that they were going to beat their chest and, swing the pendulum, make some noise, make some progress. And the owners probably gave them a dose of reality. And that reality was, what's the point of this meeting? You guys, there's only one person producing mad numbers. Now, eventually, there are hopes that all of you, some of you, can get there. But as of now, you guys don't get the Caitlin Clark treatment. No matter how much you guys want this, it's just not possible right now. We're losing millions and you guys want more. Now, do I think that they can reach some type of agreement where they get a pay increment? Because you have to understand, Caitlin Clark brought a lot of situational awareness, even for Angel Reese. That is the truth. Okay? Angel Reese, we all know who Asia Wilson is. None of us really knew who all these other WNBA players were. So that being said, your fans have increased too. But it wasn't because of you. It was because of what one person has brought to the game. And until we see more and more ratings, until we see more and more sold out arenas, until we see more and more fans show up, and it's not just pertaining to one person, that person being Caitlin Clark, let's just sip our coffee, eat our donuts. We even got strawberries and pineapples, by the way. This meeting is adjourned, okay? It is adjourned. And they don't like what they heard. So that one basketball player that categorized this meeting as bullshit is the only one with common sense. Among the 40 players in attendance, in addition to Agumuke, were Skylar Diggins, Breonna Stewart, and Ephesia Collar, who I don't know why she's here, Kelsey Plum, Natasha Cloud, Gabby Williams. The union also saw significant turnout from players in their first or second year in the league, with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Buckers, and Sanaya Citron and others in attendance. My guess, guys, is Caitlin Clark is there just because it's in her hometown. If she's there, I don't know if this report is saying that or not. Of course, Angel Reese needs to be there. The WNBA did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Engelbert left the meeting from an exit that was unreachable by reporters. Jackson said some players gave up paid appearances to be at Thursday's meeting. You guys gave up the money you probably need to get something that could have been discussed in an email thread. Wow. I can understand why this meeting was labeled bullshit. When asked if the league and union were on track to get a new CBA ratified by the October 31 deadline, Jackson did not say yes. We're on track to get back to meetings and engaging in conversation that will lead us to a CBA. A reporter followed up asking what was the definition of transformational that both sides had reached an understanding on. Jackson was quick to correct them. No understanding has been reached. And there you guys have it. A bunch of women wasting their time thinking that they were going to get somewhere. They want money yesterday, but the return on investments just simply aren't there. You guys can take what you want from this, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section, guys. How do you feel about this meeting? Was it a waste of time? And do you sense a lockout coming? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.